right, so we're gearing up for another night of cooking by the creek. Tonight we're in for a treat. I've got a new fire pit cooking device that I'm gonna try out, and I'm gonna do barbecued chicken, some potato, onion, asparagus, bacon, potato thing, and grilled corn on the cob. I'm gonna set up my table, be right back. Meantime, I've got my chicken out in my cast iron pan that I'm gonna be cooking it in. I put a little bit of oil and to keep it from sticking to the bottom. Got my fresh veggies out here. I got my potatoes pre-peeled and soaking in water to keep them from browning. And we're gonna take it step by step. And that smoke is gonna be a nemesis tonight, I can tell. Okay, so we have the little fire pit cooking device ready. I'm gonna go grab my cast iron pan with my chicken in it that I have prepared right here. Of course, always have something like a pot holder for when you take it off the flame or when you move it around. Okay, so we're gonna put it right here and let it cook for a good while. I realized after I told you don't forget a pot holder that I'd forgotten mine, so I went back, got one, actually two, and a book. I'm gonna go lay in that hammock while the chicken cooks. Starting to sizzle up, sound really nice.
Clue rocks. Live in concert every Saturday night at 6.
Coming along nicely. I got my handy dandy little fireplace sweeper. Got it from my mother-in-law Jan years ago, rest her soul. She'd be happy knowing we're using it. Coming along very nicely. A little crisp on the outer edges, but you know, we're working with it. The chicken's coming along nicely, so I'm gonna do my corn on the cob. I'm little aluminum foil. I shucked the corn, broke it in half just because it's gonna be easier to fit on that right next to the chicken. So I'm gonna do that with a little bit of butter or margarine, wrap up each one in some aluminum foil and put it on with the chicken. Right, corn on the cob is ready to go on. Now we've added another grill underneath so that I can do the remaining corn that didn't fit on there. And then next my pan of bacon, onion, potato, asparagus. Potatoes cut up. I'm gonna use a little napkin to dry out some of the potatoes for the best crispiness. There they are, they're gonna go in that pan. Then we're gonna be slowly adding ingredients. We're moving some stuff around to disperse the heat properly. And I'm gonna start on my potatoes. Appears to be coming along very nicely. Thanks for your help, Shane. It's a beautiful day. The creek's not too high, not too low, but definitely lower than it was in the winter. That thing was like 10 feet tall at one point. It was pretty crazy. Raven. Moving around stuff a little bit more again. Disperse the heat, make sure everything's thoroughly cooked and not burnt, hopefully. Well, the outside is, but it's gonna be good. You're gonna enjoy a little of that sound of that crackling. Yum. I wanna see a little browning on the potatoes before I put the bacon in. And then same with the bacon before I put the onion and asparagus in, which I'll do at the same time. The wind's been shifting a lot tonight, so that's been interesting. My eyes have been burnt a few times. Waiting on that bacon and those potatoes to brown up. Then I'm going to add the last two ingredients, which is the onions and asparagus, and then a little bit of seasoning at the end. And voila, it'll be done. Had to turn the heat up a little for the potatoes and bacon. Got to get that nice sear saute on. Turn the temp up a little for the potatoes. Finishing up the chicken. Use my meat thermometer and make sure. At least over 165, but I like make sure it's like 170, 175. Here is where I'm going to add the onions and the asparagus and also some seasonings. I did lemon pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. can add salt, pepper, whatever your preference. Water from the asparagus and onion is going to help kind of slow down the burning of the bacon. Potatoes, that's why I like to get it kind of brown first. And I guess caramelize it. And then it'll keep the rest from burning as it cooks. First, periodically, I've been checking the corn, flipping it, moving it around. Same with the chicken, you know, checking the temperature. We're getting close, though. It's almost done. This is getting very close to done. And it's done. A little crispy skin, but hey, delicious. Yummy. All right, thanks for joining tonight's episode of Cooking by the Creek. Time to eat.